Hey guys, what's up? This is Chargers Bandwagon here, and today I'm gonna be talking to you about my thoughts on the Chargers moving to Los Angeles. So, as you can tell from the name of this channel, Chargers Bandwagon, I'm a Chargers fan, and so is my friend that is also doing this channel with me. But, anyways, I'm gonna talk to you about why I think the Chargers moved, what I'm going to do about it, and also what you should do about it or what you should think about it. So, first, I'm going to tell you why they moved. So, Dean Spanos is, I think a lot of people may agree with me on this, he's not a very good owner. He is kind of just money hungry. And so he moved the team to LA after kind of easily giving up on getting a new stadium for the Chargers to play in San Diego. They could have had it done, and here's the thing. So it was supposed to cost about $500 million to get a new stadium in San Diego, which could have been done if people would have voted on it, and he could have made the big difference. He did not obviously want that to pass, the vote to pass, and that's why it did not, because he could have influenced, if he really cared, he could have influenced the people by at least talking about it as something. He literally does not talk about it. If he talked about getting a new stadium, people would have voted. It was not a well-known vote ballot, so people did not put much thought into it. And he did that on purpose because he wanted to move to LA. He knew he could get more money in LA, so he did that. They say it was a prediction that if they stayed in San Diego in a new stadium, they'd get the money back in 7 to 9 years. And if they moved to Los Angeles, they're going to play in the crappy StubHub Arena, which has a lower capacity, and they're still probably not going to sell it out, which sucks. It's a 30,000 seat stadium, which I believe is would be the smallest if has the smallest capacity. I know they might not get the smallest amount of fans, but probably will be at the very bottom. Anyways, once they move there, that if they're getting a new stadium, it would cost about 700 million, dollars to build and get the infrastructure and the permits for that. And they assume that will take 2 to 3 seasons from now. So that would be the 2019. They think it'll be ready by like the 2019 NFL season. So that's quite a while away. So they got to deal with playing in the StubHub for a while. And then once they get that, they're spending more than they would have in San Diego. And they think they will get the money back in 5 years. So that's why he's doing it. Because they're just a new team. But people in LA are not. The media in LA does not want the Chargers. Well, they haven't really said much about the Chargers. So they just don't have an opinion on them. Whereas the Raiders, people are still fans, Raiders fans, living in L.A. that want the Raiders. The Rams moved there because they did have some fans wanted the Rams, and so there's talk of the Raiders moving to Las Vegas, which I think that I remember they are gonna move there, but I think they should just at least if they're gonna have a team in Las Vegas, I don't think they should remove the Raiders. The Raiders have a loyal fan base and a historic significance, both in LA and in Oakland. So if they're gonna create a team in Las Vegas, they should just create a new one. Or I wouldn't say move the Raiders. I think the Raiders are just they're settled in Oakland, which is good. But anyways, the Chargers, since they're moving to LA, Dean Spanos is money hungry, but the players, I've heard the reactions. So Philip Rivers has said he does not want to go. He'll go with the team, but he would have rather stayed in San Diego. So what the team is obvious to me that the team and the coaches do not want to move. This is Dean Spanos trying to move the team against basically everyone's will, and he is just controlling the team, which is not something that you want to support. So what I'm going to tell you what I'm going to do about it. So from now on, I'm pretty much like I'm a Chargers fan. I'm not just gonna say, okay, now I like the Raiders. Okay, now I like the Rams. I'm gonna stay a Chargers fan, and I'm gonna be watching them on TV in San Diego. And I think most people I know will still continue to watch them on TV in San Diego. And if those San Diego stations are getting those views, they'll realize. I don't think they're gonna move them back, but you never know. They'll realize San Diego wants the Chargers, and they'll see that people in LA is just on in a bar, not getting too many views. People won't be taping the game, and people who really want to see the Chargers will just go to the games. And I know that it's about a hour and a half drive from where I live to StubHub Arena. It will be a nightmare in traffic, so probably even longer. And I don't want to make that drive. It's nice where I am. I can go I can go down to Qualcomm. I'm in San Diego. I can do whatever I want in San Diego. Why do I need to go support the Chargers in Los Angeles? So, I think if I continue to watch the Chargers on San Diego television, and I will be happy, and I will not go out of my way to support the Los Angeles Chargers. I will be supporting the Chargers teams. I'm supporting the players, I'm supporting the coaches, I'm supporting their play, I'm not necessarily supporting the NFL, but I'm supporting them over Dean Spanos. I just do not want to support the StubHub Center or Arena, and I do not want to support Dean Spanos. Other than that, the Chargers are great. Those two things made a move to LA, and I do not want to follow them there. So what I say to you is, I think I'm not going to go to any Chargers games in Los Angeles, and it's a bit of a hassle. It's much more of a hassle than if they played at Qualcomm, which I usually go to, because that was where they used to play. It was 30 minutes away with traffic, so not even a problem. Tickets were cheap, good seats. They couldn't fill it up, which is good for ticket prices at least. But you don't have to go to the games in LA if you live in San Diego. That's just kind of far, and you're supporting you're supporting Dean Spanos, and that's not who you want to support on this idea or the move of the Chargers to LA. So I know the Chargers played in LA for their inaugural season, but they don't have any loyal LA fans like the Raiders do. And when the Chargers move to LA and they begin to play, I think the people will be tuned to Raiders games and Rams games because they don't want to see the Chargers as much as they'd like to see the other teams. And anyways, about that, the Chargers are. I'm gonna be a Chargers fan for life, like I already said. I'm gonna be a Chargers fan, not a Dean Spanos fan. And I think maybe they can realize by the time Dean Spanos gets that stadium finally built in LA for the Chargers, spends all his money, hikes up taxes, screws LA over practically, and then I think they'll realize Dean Spanos. I mean, everyone realizes it, but they'll finally get rid of Dean Spanos, and hopefully whoever's new will be good for the Chargers and help the Chargers out. Thanks for listening, guys. I hope you enjoyed this video on my opinions of the Chargers moving to Los Angeles.